Hello there, everyone. You know who I am? Templar, Alien Crusader from Beyond the Heavens, here to entertain, destroy through the power of me magic. We are reacting to more politicians. And this one is Mitch McConnel. But we'll get more to the particulars of his history here in a minute. Let's just see what kind of bright, super intelligent things he has to say.
Providing assistance for the Ukrainians to defeat the Russians. That's the number one priority for the United States right now, according to most Republicans.
So, not the humanitarian crisis at the border, not the tens, hundreds of thousands pouring in through the southern border, not the fentanyl epidemic, not the homelessness, not the economic issues this United States is having. No, the number one issue is proceeding to continue on the Borscht Wars. Now, Mitch McConnell has been in power since 85? Yeah, so he's been in power as long as I've been alive. He's been in power for 35 years, if my math isn't wrong. So 35 years, I've been alive for 33 of that. So he's been in power literally my entire life, which means we should have some fucking term limits, you would think, instead of having... But you see, I try not to age shame, excuse me. These individuals love power, corruption, and money so much that they will stay in power forever. And Mitch McConnell himself here has been caught shipping coal from Kentucky and other places, Appalachia, to China. He owns a shipping lane and some ships. So he ships our coal to China, communist China. And basically, this guy loves more money than he loves the American people, and he calls himself a civil servant. But why this is stupid on another point is he thinks he can defeat Russia by a proxy war in Ukraine. So let's see. Throughout history, people have tried to attack and defeat Russia. Let's start with the Vikings. I think the Vikings tried to make some incursions. It didn't quite work out because they froze to death and were fucking murdered. All right. there's Vikings. There's barbarians in there too. There's Carolus Rex of Sweden tried, and he caught a fucking cannonball to the back of the head. There's Napoleon. Napoleon tried. 1 in 12 men returned home that he invaded Russia with. 1 in 12. And then there was Adolf Hitler. You know, he made a go at it and failed miserably. So the fact that this dipshit thinks he can defeat Russia by a proxy war in Ukraine, a la the Borscht Wars, which I like to call it, Borscht Wars, it's just madness. Again, it's like I said before, Russians are chiseled out of the mountainside. They're people that don't take defeat kindly. They're people who are willing to sacrifice themselves if necessary for victory. And this is not me being some pro-Russian. This is just historical fact. I've already given you some historical examples, okay? People have tried, people have died. And you're not going to defeat Russia by expending more resources in Ukraine in a proxy war with them in Ukraine. It's just not going to work. But for him to say that this is America's number one priority and priority of the Republicans, basically just says what all you need to know. So Raytheon, Boeing, Lockheed Martin are all companies that provide arms, munitions, and ways to kill people. And of course, I'm willing to bet my left nut, I'll put my left nut on the line to say that that he probably has investments in Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Raytheon, or some other arms manufacturer, okay? These people are making money off it. Money, allegedly, if I had to guess, is being funneled and laundered through Ukraine back to politicians. So what we're seeing here is not a war for freedom or independence or for Ukraine's independence from Russia. Ukraine is a breadbasket that both sides want. Oligarchs on the east, oligarchs on the west want the breadbasket of Ukraine, and they don't care how many average people like you and I die. They don't care how many Russians or Ukrainians die in the process. Crimea has a lot of oil. Ukraine does have some natural resources, and it's good for growing wheat. So both sides are fighting over a literal breadbasket. And they'll do anything. They'll, like here in the United States, they're just funneling tons of our taxpayer money to Ukraine. and without being put on any fucking kill lists. Well, I mean, like, you can't have an opinion against Ukraine because, quite literally, ladies and gentlemen, they will put you on a kill list. They've put Americans and American commenters on kill lists. And they've even apprehended and jailed Gonzalo Lira. I think he's in a labor camp right now. God rest that poor bastard. Hopefully he makes it out. But they will persecute people who go against Zelensky and Ukraine for speaking the truth and pointing out the shadiness of their regime. Zelensky's and Ukraine's been known for assassinating people who spoke out against Ukraine. They detain people, and they're no better. They've hit civilian targets in Sevastopol. I've seen a clip recently where they had a whole bunch of Russian children in a bunker that were, they had to shelter in place because the Ukrainians were shelling civilians. So, one side, Ukraine can't go, oh, they're shelling our people, and then continue to do the same thing against Russian civilian populaces. So, it's a big bullshit game. The joke's on us, and that's that. And this dipshit here is just so foolish. Look at this turtle fuck. Like, he's been in power for 35 years. He's already had 2 strokes on camera that we know of. And it's just a big joke, and we're the butt of it. And unfortunately, yeah, it's just, man, I if I had a solution, I'd tell you, but honestly, ooh boy. But yeah, Republicans just want to continue the war because it's good for their bottom line. It's good for the Democrats' bottom line. And the only reason why they're supporting Ukraine so much is because they don't want to lose their connections. They don't want to lose their access, their grip on that breadbasket that they're, Russia's tugging back and forth with. Because they've already spent considerable amounts of our money prior to this war to set up corrupt networks and connections, and, Hunter Biden working at Burisma. So they've already made these little connections, and they just don't lose it. It's our fucking money, right? And that's the case of it. And unfortunately, we are ruled by 243, 245 geriatric psychopaths that care nothing about making more money and consolidating their power. And that's just the hard truth of it. Things might change for the better in the future. I don't want to come off as a total doom pill like Blackheart here, but hopefully, when these people, well, we can't say that here on YouTube. Some of you can know where I was going with that one. But these people are old, and hopefully, maybe Father Time will shuffle them off this mortal coil, and maybe we can have a shot, but less likely, because these people, it's all who they know, and they probably already have people within our age bracket set up to take their place and run it the same fucking way. So, as far as that is concerned, ladies and gentlemen, no idea. But it's it's bullshit to say the least. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you next time. God bless. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Stock up on foodstuffs, ammo, guns, silver, gold, if you can, because at this point, who knows? Things could be getting interesting. But anyways, see you next time. Take it easy. To leave a like, comment, thanks for the metrics, and if you want to support this channel further, there's links in the description. That would be cool. If not, don't worry about it. Have a blessed one. See you next time.